What is up, everybody? Calling all angels. This is Tobin. We are talking about this week's matches in the NWSL. We have continued. This thing is long, guys. August is coming to a close, and they decided we're going to put a game every day until it's there. So let's preview everything at once. The Angel City one will be a little shorter because I have my own preview that'll go up the day of. But for now, let's look here. Gotham and Portland is the only matchup between two teams explicitly in the top six. So this one is very important for playoff implications. Portland is trying to potentially open up an opportunity to get back into second place. They would just need to win the match and then would need Washington to drop points, and Portland would find themselves in position 2. More importantly, they would be 4 points away from Gotham at that point. Gotham would be in position where they could potentially fall out of the top position if they drop 2 matches in a row, and then it gets interesting again. They have a pad of 2 matches. Is this the one that where someone gains something? Or is Gotham going to open up a whole canyon and put this race to bed? We could see either happening. Personally, I am expecting low-scoring match out of this. I'm going to say this will be another scoreless draw. Gotham loves them some defensive efforts. So I'm going to go with scoreless draw, 1 for each. And for Gotham, that's really what you need. You want to just be picking up points and extending this to make it longer. And the other match on Friday is going to be San Diego and Louisville. This should be 3 points for San Diego, but we will see. Louisville's actually played some solid ball the last few weeks, but traveling into San Diego is going to be a little bit more of a tall order, especially now that every point is going to matter. It's going to be which teams don't show up on a given day and drop some points. I'm going to say in this one, San Diego's got the number pretty well figured out for Louisville, I would say. I'm going to guess this is a 3-1 victory, which could put San Diego back in position to get ahead of some teams. In fact, if Portland actually does end up in a draw with Gotham, this would be San Diego's chance to jump ahead of them. So a lot on the line. There's so much movement since all the top 6 are playing in different matches other than Gotham and Portland. It creates unique matchups where everyone needs to try to match the other. Speaking of which, going into Saturday, North Carolina has that same opportunity. They finally put in the work and gotten into that top 6 cleanly. They are 1 point out of the top 3/top 2. And they get to face the team near them in the standings right now, Kansas City. They're not a top 6 team. They're the next one out. And looking at it, my guess would be North Carolina, given what Ashley Sanchez was looking like in the matchup against Angel City and Evelyn Ije getting the assist there. That team is clicking. Kansas City has not been recently. This could very well be the moment that it turns around, but I am going to opt for the guess that North Carolina has this sorted out. I'm going to give them a 2-1 victory, which could open them up for a chance to move up in the standings. It would also put Kansas City into a bit of a precarious position. They wouldn't be out of the playoffs this week, but potentially it puts them in position where future weeks are going to all be razor's edge. Utah gets their treatment against Orlando. Orlando coming off a big upset victory on Washington. Surprise of everyone. But now it's, can we get ourselves relevant again? You have a home match against a top 6 team. I'm going to be blunt. I don't think they will. I think they got the one that they were going to get that was surprising. And I don't think we see another one happen. Yes, I apologize there. Now, looking through, what I'm seeing here is I'm still going to say Utah wins definitively. I'm going to give them a bit of a run here. I'm going to give us a 4-2. I think this is going to get offensive. But it's a matchup that should go to Utah even if it's cross-country. And then moving to finish that day, Denver-Chicago. I'm looking at this one as very clearly a Denver advantage. They're at home. They're playing the team at the back of the standings. They're trying to earn some points and keep themselves relevant to the conversation. This is the only, as far as I know, I think this is the only game that's completely outside of, like, no one is in the top 9 of contention. And so this is the only one that doesn't actually affect immediately a playoff position. So I think Denver tries to make themselves a player again. I think they get the win. Going to give them 2-1. And yeah, I would expect it to be at the hands of Yasmin Ryan and Janine Sonis in some way. And yeah, that's where I've got that one going. Moving to August 30th. Final Sunday of the month. We got Washington and Bay FC. Washington, I do not know what has been going on with them. It is a very strange course of events that have put them on the back heel. But even cross-country, I have to, with Bay coming cross-country over to you, I cannot fathom that you would blow points in this one. This should be 3, without question. It's deeply concerning if they take another loss here, because if I am right about the other matchups, you're tumbling at that point. You're looking at potentially falling as far as 5th in a single weekend, and that cannot happen. So, Washington, I think, under pressure to perform, they're going to get it done. They'll take a 2-0 win and walk with the victory. Last up on Sunday, we are going to have Seattle and Houston. This is the 8th place team, Seattle, playing a Houston team that is in striking distance of their spot in the standings. However, 21 matches in Houston already is a little bit ahead of the curve on some of these. So I don't know how serious to take it. I don't think Seattle is particularly an impressive team this year, but they have had some off games, and they had an off game last week, generating a draw. I think this is the one where they get the victory. I think they claim 1-0 over Houston, and that's an important 3 points for them. That puts them most likely level. If I'm right about the KC game, it would put those two teams level with each other. And both kind of in an interesting position there in the battle for 7th. And then finally, Boston and Angel City. Boston, again, they're trying to remain relevant to the conversation. Angel City looking for a victory where if Seattle does drop points, they could regain the 8th spot. Even if Seattle wins, you'd still be within a game. If KC loses, you'd be within a game of both. So Angel City having a bad game cross-country, I think they stay out there. I think it works a little better for them over at Gillette Stadium, playing out in Foxborough. And I will say Angel City takes the victory. I'm going to give it 2-1. We'll see. I'm nervous for them. But that's a must-win, and I think this week very much feels like must-win for everyone, so I'm hesitant to say any of them don't perform under the highest of pressure. Yeah, I think this is going to be a statement weekend for all the teams who are in the upper end. This is where you make your statements. This is where you make your point that you are able to do something. So we'll see if it ends up coming true. I'm certainly invested. I want to see where this all goes. I hope you all enjoy watching your matches. Root for your teams. I will do a week in review. I think I'm going to do the 7 matches all in one go, and then Boston Angel City will be separate, since I'm going to do the recap of that one anyway. So the recap very likely shows up Monday. The preview for Angel City shows up on Sunday, and the recap of Angel City's match will be that Tuesday. So that by September 1st, we'll be able to put August behind us and ready to move on with our final 2 months of action. So enjoy the matches, have some fun, go to games if you can, and go Angels.